Welcome to Scoil Aireagail SolidWorks tutorials. This is Module 1, Lesson 6. So in this clip, we're going to model a drinking glass. Okay, so as seen here. It's going to introduce some new features and commands such as revolve, and it's going to be another tool you can use when it comes to making your project in 3rd year and 6th year. So we'll start like always when we open up our new part. We'll save it straight away. So call it drinking glass and your name. Okay, so to start off, we're going to go up to our sketch tab, sketch command, and in this instance, we're going to select the front plane. So to start off in this, we're going to put a center line starting at the origin and going perfectly vertical, so 90 degrees. And we're going to come along then and we're going to draw the rough 2D shape of half of the glass. So to do that, I'm going to come along and just somewhere above my origin on that dotted line, I'm going to start drawing a line. Okay, so I'm going to come out here, down till I hit here, out again. Then I'm coming up at an angle, across, back down till above this, and it doesn't have to be any particular angle, and then back in this direction. And lastly, back down to here. Okay, and it'll turn that different color in the middle when you have it fully finished. So now we need to start putting some parameters and dimensions on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is hold Control, click on this line and this one, and I'm going to make them parallel. I'll go to Smart Dimension next, and I am going to make the distance from the origin to this line 4 mil. Okay. Next up then, the distance from the origin to this line, we're going to make that 15 mil. And we're going to make this line 10 mil in length. Okay. And from this corner here up to here, we'll make 140. And press F to fit it back on the screen. You can see that that's kind of dragged everything out of shape on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this top corner back to an angle so it looks some way like I know it's supposed to. Next measurement I'll put on it is between this line and this line. There's a distance of 2 mil. Okay, next up then, we have to put a distance. We zoom in down the bottom here. So distance from this corner to the center line. So I'll actually click on that again, show you what I meant by to do there. So if I click on the center line first, then click there, what this will allow me to do when I go across, sorry, made the same mistake again. So should have taken my own advice. So I actually have to click on the center line, not just the end of it. So click on the center line, click on this dot, and what that will allow me to do when I go across here, it allows me to put a diameter rather than when I'm here, I'm only putting a radius. So now I can put a diameter on it. So I'm going to change that to 60 mil. Press F to fit. I'm just going to drag this measurement out of the way so it's not so confusing looking. And drag this up to the top so it'll help me out up here. And I'm going to go Smart Dimension again. And I'm going to do the same thing and click on this center line first. Then click on this outside edge, and instead of having it a radius, I'm going to go across here and put it as a diameter, and that's going to be 70 mil. Okay, so we're starting to take shape now. Okay, so that is all our measurements put on. Next thing we're going to do to it is come over here to our commands and select sketch fillet. Come back down to this corner here and change our parameters to 5 mil. Yeah, so that looks good. And hit the green tick. Okay, so now we're ready to make this 3D. So if we go up here to features and we're looking for revolve boss base, and it's after selecting it automatically for me, which is great. If it doesn't, if this box is blank on you, okay, all you have to do for axis of revolution is come along and hit that center line. You can ensure then that it's at 360 degrees. Sometimes it might come up as 180 degrees automatically, and that will just give you half a glass. If you put in any random measurement, then it'll give you however many degrees that is, okay? But for this instance, we want 360 degrees. We want to go the whole way around. I hit the green tick. Okay, so there's the basic shape for glass. So I'm going to rename that over here to glass. So next we're going to round the top part of the glass so that most drinking glasses would have what's called a full round fillet, so you don't cut your lip when you're drinking out of it. So we're going to look for fillet, and we're looking for full round fillet. Okay. So for this to work then, we have to select 3 different entries. So the first one, we're going to select the inside of the glass. For the middle one, we select the top of the glass. And for the last one, we select the outside and then hit the tick. So what that does for us is it rounds the top of the glass to the right size for this particular glass. So rename that again, and I'm going to call that full round fillet. Okay, so underneath then I'm going to start looking at some of the edges we have here. So again, I'm going to go to fillet, and I'm going to turn off full round fillet. I'm just going to go back to our regular fillet, so constant size fillet, and I'm going to change the diameter or the distance to 3 mil. And I'm just going to see what it looks like on different edges. So I'm going to select this edge, and I'm going to select this edge here, and hit the green tick. Okay, and I think that looks nice, yeah. So that suits it. And I'm going to rename that to bottom fillet. Next up then I'm going to click on this bottom flat surface, look normal too, open the sketch on it. And what I'm going to stick in then is, if we come up here and we select perimeter circle. So if I come here now and I select the center of that circle, so the origin, sorry, wrong circle. So if we come up here and we're underneath circle, we're going to select arcs. Okay, we're going to select center point arc. So come along, select our center point, come out to the side a little bit, click once, and now we can draw in whatever size arc we want. So I'm just going to draw a semicircle, click again, and press escape. So that's put in that semicircle for us. So I'm going to smart dimension that to 10 mil. And I'm also going to click on it once. Sorry, go again. Click on it once. And change it to for construction over here so it doesn't affect us later on. Okay, so next I'm going to use this to add some text to it. Okay, so if I come up, select text. So after selecting that arc from already, that's what I want. So if that is blank for you, just come over and click on your arc. And we're going to type in all capital letters glassware on the bottom of the glass. I don't want to use the document font. I want to select my own one. And what I'm looking for is Aireagail. Okay, so we'll go back this way, see can we find Aireagail. That's not the one I was looking for. Now, we go Aireagail rounded MT. I want to change the size of it from 3.5 to just 3, and then I hit enter. So now, sometimes it'll come in that your writing is upside down, or it could be like this. So again, like the last time, you play around with your options here. These four will bring it the right way around, and we want to select it in the center as well. So this one here puts it in the center. When you're happy with that, hit your green tick. We'll go to features, extrude a boss base, and we're going to change the distance out to 1 mil. Okay, just make sure it's going the right way. So it is, and hit the green tick. Okay, and I'll rename that to writing. Okay, so to finish it off, we're going to edit material to make this actually into a glass. So we're going to right click on material, edit material, close up steel, and now we're trying to figure out where would we find glass. So I'd imagine in other non-metals. There we have glass. So click on it, click apply, and then close. And that gives it to us see-through made of glass. So that is this tutorial fully done. We've introduced revolve boss base and introduced glass as a material as well. So ensure to save and upload it into the correct place.